I know you two haven't always seen eye to eye, but can you both promise me you will look after the pub?
Of course we will, Dad.
Every great production team in history has a second camera operator to capture the off-screen action. In a production of Bard, written and directed by James Masters, Idris was in charge of capturing the action behind the scenes. He was happy to take the role of the behind-the-scenes cameraman because he knew he would be active the whole day. And indeed, he was right. He ended up getting through 3 batteries and 18 gigabytes of hard drive space. It all started around 10 a.m. at producer Andrew Pallett's apartment. Being the producer, he organised everything from the locations to the car to the actors and lunchtime snacks. This guy had it all covered. At his apartment where everything was, the equipment, the actors, the props and the anticipation to get started. It was madness getting the equipment set up in Andrew's room because it was so cramped with all the equipment and crew. Meanwhile, the director James was going over some details from the script with the actors in the kitchen. Karina was in the bathroom for over an hour, getting her costume on and backcombing her hair to look like a gold-digging, drug-abusing 80s chick. As soon as everything was ready, the actors arrived on set. The scene didn't take long to film as it was short, expositional dialogue, which was used in order to set the backstory for the film. First scene done, the equipment then packed up and everyone headed to the first exterior location, the subway. Upon arrival, they had the entrance of the subway boarded off with barriers to prevent pedestrians disturbing the filming. However, they found that vehicles travelling overhead were causing the most disturbances. This made it difficult for Barney to record uninterrupted sound, so they had to wait for a quiet moment to start filming. Idris was back and forth between the crew and actors to record as much with the camera as possible. He made sure he didn't miss anything important by always being active, going around all the cast and crew and doing a few quick interviews, asking questions like, do they have their lines memorised? The scene went well except from a small audio interference due to traffic. Worryingly, after shooting the scene, Tom thought the shots looked underexposed, but luckily this could be corrected in post. After the scene was wrapped, they travelled by car to the pub location where the rest of the film was shot. They were running before schedule, which meant there was time to relax and get a pub lunch. The actors wanted to get the scene in the film exactly how James envisioned it, and spent a lot of time going through small details in the script with him. Everything went very smoothly when they started to film. The customers in the pub were eagerly watching the production take place. The car scene was filmed outside the pub in a car Andrew sorted out. The owner didn't want cash, he just wanted his prize car to be featured in the film. This was good as it helped keep the budget for the film as low as possible. And Barney was in the rear passenger seats recording sound, but during the loud dialogue, the audio quality is distorted due to the small space in the car. The last scene, the murder scene, was also filmed outside the pub. The weather had been windy and cold all day and that wasn't going to change anytime soon. Barney's ability to record clear sound was being affected by the wind. Idris had the idea to get a reflector and James used it to offer some protection from the wind. But as soon as he realised reflectors were for light guys and not directors, he gave it to Danny to take care of. As well as this, Ollie reluctantly donated his beanie to cover the mic. Improvising with what they had and taking initiative allowed them to record the scene as effectively as possible. When filming the scene where he gets shot, the first few takes of the gunshot were unrealistic as the actress had the gunshot in constant motion, so James had to step in and direct her to make it realistic. The cold weather and icy winds made working uncomfortable to say the least, especially for the actor Scott Hiller, who had to continue wearing a t-shirt for continuity. Luckily, James had already gone through the scene with the actors inside prior to filming outside, so it went smoothly and had minimal amount of the usual interruptions of actors asking questions about how they should say something. Everyone just wanted to get the filming wrapped up. Because of the rush, the camera operator, Tom, didn't properly set the camera's white balance, leaving the last shot overexposed. The editors did an amazing job of making the production look professional. The edits that stand out the most are the transitions of the cocaine sniff and the lemon chop. The edit with the ringing sound lasts for far too long, in Idris's opinion, and the sound becomes annoying. That, and a weak script, would be Idris's only criticism about the film, but he thinks the production value, acting, and organisation of the shoot was excellent.